Before setting up your custom tables, you may have been tracking this important data in a spreadsheet or even in other fields that you created in ACT. Bringing that data over to custom tables would be a real headache if you had to manually enter it record by record. Custom tables are available as an add-on to your ACT subscription, and in this video, I want to show you how to import data from a spreadsheet or even migrate data from other ACT fields into your custom tables. Let's start with migrating data from other ACT fields into custom tables. Now, before I created custom tables to manage my support contracts, I used the User Fields tab on the Contact Details screen. On the User Fields tab, you have 10 generic fields, and I used these first 3 for support level, start date, and end date. And these are the 3 fields that I want to migrate over to my support table inside custom tables. First, I need to perform a lookup for all the contacts that I'd like to migrate over to custom tables. I know that I launched this support contract program with my New Mexico customers first, and I've already performed a lookup of these 10 contacts who participated. Once I've done the lookup, I need to go to my custom tables menu, then to the data import submenu and choose migrate from contacts. Now I have to designate the destination table where these records will be migrated. So I'm going to choose my support table, and then I need to decide where the data currently exists. And that's why I did the lookup first. So I'm going to choose current contact lookup. And now I'll click next. And then the final step is to map the fields from the current ACT field to the custom table field. And this should be pretty easy for me since there are only 3 fields in question. I know that they are my user 1, user 2, and user 3 field. So user 1 is going to map to support level. User 2 will map to start date. And user 3 will map to end date. Now I can click next, next one more time, and the migration will begin. Once it's finished, I can just click finish. Now when I go to my support table and I click the refresh button, I can see that my New Mexico contacts are now showing up on my support table. It's important to note though that this data was not deleted from the user fields area in ACT. You can choose to delete these fields now if you want, but I would recommend at least backing up your database first. Now let's look at importing data from an Excel spreadsheet or a CSV file into my custom tables. Now, before I captured any of this support data in ACT, I managed this information in a spreadsheet. From this spreadsheet, I can see that this data pretty much matches the fields that I've created in my support table. Before performing any kind of import in ACT, we always recommend backing up your database first, just so you have a good point of recovery if anything goes wrong. Once you've done that, go to your custom tables menu again, and then the data import submenu, and from here we're going to choose import from spreadsheet. Now I need to select the source file, so I'm going to click the ellipses button to locate my import contacts support Utah spreadsheet, and I'll click open and then next. Now I need to select the table where I'm importing to. So again, I'm going to choose the support table and click next. Now before the import takes place, you have the option to link any of the records in your spreadsheet to contact, company, group, or opportunity records in ACT. If you skip this step, then all imported rows will be linked to your My Record in ACT. This means that before performing a spreadsheet import like this one, it's important to make sure you have first created a contact record for each of the rows in your spreadsheet. It might be worthwhile to create a second spreadsheet and then use that to import the contact records to ACT before you even begin to import this custom table data. So I'm going to map contact to the contact field in ACT, and then down in the company area, I'm going to map company to the company area as well. And now I'll click next. Now I need to map the fields from my spreadsheet import to the fields that exist in my support custom table. There's an option to check for duplicate records here, although I know I don't need to use that. We can see that ACT has already cleverly mapped the fields the way I want them to, so I'm going to click Next. And now if there's a duplicate found, I can just overwrite the current record if the field is blank. I'll click Next again, and Next to begin this import. Once it's complete, I'll click Next and Finish. Now if I refresh this support screen, we can see that I now have imported records from my spreadsheet which contained Utah contacts.